The night was silent, except for the muffled cries of little Amina. She was only 12 years old, but her life had changed forever. Amina lived in a small village in West Africa. Her father had passed away when she was very young, and her mother struggled to make ends meet. To help, Amina was sent to live with her uncle, Mr. Juma, who promised to take care of her and provide for her education. Mr. Juma was a respected man in the village, known for his wealth and influence. However, behind closed doors, he was a different person. He was strict and often harsh with Amina, expecting her to do all the household chores and punishing her for the smallest mistakes. One day, Amina's mother fell seriously ill and had to be taken to a distant hospital for treatment. She entrusted Amina to Mr. Juma, believing he would take good care of her. But as soon as her mother left, Mr. Juma's true nature emerged. He began to take advantage of Amina's vulnerability. He would yell at her, make her work long hours, and even beat her when she didn't meet his expectations. Amina was scared and confused, but she had no one to turn to. As time passed, Mr. Juma's abuse escalated. He started to take advantage of her in the worst possible way. Amina, too young to understand what was happening, was left traumatized and alone. She prayed every night for her mother to return and save her from this nightmare. Months went by, and Amina's mother finally returned from the hospital. She was shocked to see the state her daughter was in. Amina was thin, pale, and visibly pregnant. Her mother was horrified and immediately confronted Mr. Juma. Mr. Juma tried to deny everything, but the evidence was clear. The villagers, who had also noticed Amina's condition, supported her mother. Mr. Juma was removed from his position and banned from the village. Amina's mother realized the grave mistake she had made by trusting Mr. Juma. She had been so caught up in her own struggles that she had neglected her daughter. She vowed never to leave Amina alone again and to always put her needs first. Amina slowly recovered from her ordeal with the love and care of her mother. She forgave her, understanding that she had learned a valuable lesson. The villagers also rallied around them, offering support and ensuring that Amina was safe and happy. From that day on, the story of Amina and her careless mother was told throughout the village as a cautionary tale. It reminded everyone of the importance of family and the dangers of neglect. And so, Amina's story became a part of the village's rich tapestry of folktales, teaching generations to come about love, responsibility, and the consequences of carelessness. Amina's mother, Mariam, was determined to rebuild their lives and ensure Amina's safety and well-being. She decided to move to a different village where they could start fresh, away from the painful memories and the shadow of Mr. Juma. In their new village, Mariam found work as a seamstress, and the villagers welcomed them warmly. Amina, though still recovering from her trauma, began to find solace in the kindness of the new community. She started attending a local school, where she made new friends and slowly regained her confidence. One day, while walking home from school, Amina met an elderly woman named Nana Efua. Nana Efua was known in the village for her wisdom and gentle nature. She noticed the sadness in Amina's eyes and invited her to visit her home whenever she needed someone to talk to. Amina began visiting Nana Efua regularly. They would sit under the shade of a large baobab tree, and Amina would share her thoughts and feelings. Nana Efua listened patiently and offered her gentle guidance. She taught Amina about the strength that comes from within and the importance of healing and forgiveness. As the months passed, Amina's belly grew, and the reality of her situation became more apparent. The villagers, though initially shocked, rallied around her and Mariam, offering support and understanding. They helped Mariam prepare for the baby's arrival, and Amina felt a sense of belonging and love she had never experienced before. When the time came, Amina gave birth to a healthy baby boy. She named him Kofi, after her late father. The birth of Kofi brought a new sense of purpose and joy to Amina's life. She was determined to give him the love and care she had missed out on. Miriam and Amina worked together to raise Kofi, with the support of their new friends and neighbors. Amina continued her education, balancing her studies with her responsibilities as a young mother. She was determined to create a better future for herself and her son. Years went by, and Amina grew into a strong and resilient young woman. She excelled in her studies and became a role model for other girls in the village. Her story of overcoming adversity and finding strength in the face of hardship inspired many. Miriam, too, found peace and happiness in their new life. She was proud of the woman Amina had become and the loving mother she was to Kofi. Together, they had turned their pain into a source of strength and hope. The story of Amina and her mother became a cherished tale in the village, a reminder of the power of love, resilience, and community. It taught everyone that even in the darkest times, there is always a way to find light and rebuild. And so, Amina's story continued, filled with hope, love, and the promise of a brighter future for her and her son.